What is going on, guys? I'm Turkey and welcome to the Changelog 2.3.1 update video here. Just a side note, this will be the last video for updates with Changelog in 1.7.10. After this update, the main focus will be on the 1.10 and then soon to come 1.11 whenever that comes out. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So this update is actually fairly small. There was only one reward added in this update, and that is the coal 2 diamonds reward here, as you can see. And it's pretty simple, just yeah. It's basically the TNT fake diamond reward, but this one drops 5 diamonds for you. So there you go. But that was basically it for in terms of updates. The only other thing is what made this a kind of major version update is the addition of custom schematic creation within the game. So in the past, you've had the ability to add your own custom schematic rewards using a schematic file, and now I've gone ahead and done my own version in games where you can create some sort of structure, whatever, in game, and actually create use some commands to then load that creation into a file so it can be saved and then used as a Changelog reward. So let's get started on how to actually do that. The first thing is you need to, of course, build your structure, and then you need to then find 2 points. It won't matter, you'll kind of see as it goes, but you need to go to one of the corners of your build. I think it's about here, and type in /Changelog schematic. If I spell it right or spell it wrong. Schematic set point, and then this will be 0.1. So I set it, and nothing will happen. And now it'll fly up to the other across corner, and this is good enough here. And then change the 1 to a 2, and you'll now notice a bounding box has appeared. This bounding box is essentially what will be saved into the file for whenever you load. So you can see here it's a little bit too high and a little bit off, so I can actually reset the point by moving in to wherever I need, and it's still just a tad bit off. There we go. And you can see now it's perfectly going around here. Looks like it's a bit off down here, so I can go ahead and change it spec 0.1. And it's a little finicky with how they set. That's just with positioning, so you'll get a hang of it and you'll understand how it exactly grabs everything. You now see the whole building here is encompassed by the bounding box. Actually, I went ahead and added a little chest in here with some stuff inside just to show you the point it saves TileSD data. Alright, so once you have your building there selected, you can go ahead and do /Changelog schematic create, and then whatever you want it to be called. So this will just be church building. I don't know. Good enough. And you'll see it's created. And if I jump ahead into my workspace here, oh, actually I'm not in the workspace. Hang on one second. Alright, so if you look in your config file for where your pack is and go to Changelog, custom rewards, into the schematics folder, you'll notice that you now have this .ccs file. It's actually really just a JSON. I can open it up for you. It's really just a JSON, and all it does is just store your data about the thing. So nothing really, don't really need to worry about it. But this .ccs file is essentially what will be your schematic. You can then create a reward like this, putting in your .ccs file, whatever you named it, into the file name. And these are some other parameters which you can also set. I'll change these in a bit to show you what some of these do. But now if I go into game, I have this. I have my rewards set here, and I can do that. And look at that. The building will spawn. And it's not quite perfect. Torches aren't all the best with the schematic. They don't like having to be updated. But the chest, everything, all TileSD store the data, it's all fine. Torches is the one thing that don't seem to spawn very well, but they do sometimes work. But other than that though, everything else works pretty well. You see here, all good. And you do have access to some other things here in this file. So of course we have the file name, the first thing. I can set it to make it so it's not falling, and I can change the delay of the blocks. So if I do anything less than 1, so like 0.5, it'll spawn multiple blocks per tick. You can't, the delay is in ticks, you can't spawn them at half ticks. So essentially what we'll do is at 0.5 it'll spawn 2 blocks per tick is what it'll do. If you do anything over than 1, say 2, it'll be 1 every 2 ticks and 1 just so on. Relative to the player will then spawn the blocks relative to the player, or if false, you'll spawn them around the chance cube. The offsets here, I can change the offset to say -1. It's simply just the offset of the building relative to the chance cube, or if you have it to the player. So with those changed, I can go ahead and reload the game, plop that down, run it, and you can see now it's building at double the speed with an offset down of 1, and that's all it is. So you can see here, chest is just fine, and that was that. And I can do one more example here. Keep it like that. I'll change this to 3, so now it will be much slower. Yep, there you go. So that is about all for this version of Chance Cubes. Hopefully my little tutorial there on how the custom schematic creator works is hopefully good enough. I know it's probably not perfect, but hopefully it was at least somewhat good. And that's all it is. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoy this version of the mod, and I will catch you guys next time.